Hello, it is Friday, so it's 3.5 days until my exam. Motivation is at an all-time low, but I am gonna power through some last practice questions. So to anyone else who is writing STEP, writing the MCAT, studying summer classes, well, it is so lovely outside, but you have to study. Good luck. It is so hard to stay motivated, so whatever motivation you are mustering up is pretty good. This is my study setup. I am out here again. Time for lunch. Step 1 exam was harder than I expected, but I am glad it is over. I just finished an interview with someone who did pharmacy school before going to medicine, and I'm really excited to share with you guys. I think one of my favorite things about doing this channel is being able to connect with some new people. So I got to meet Junius from the Ongway, I got to meet Kay Young, I got to meet Wendy, and I get to chat and hear about people's stories. And that's really fun, and I get to meet some people that I wouldn't have met otherwise, or I get to connect in a different way with people that I do already know, and hear a story that I wouldn't have otherwise. So realizing from today, from doing a Zoom session, that there's so much medicine that I have to learn, and clerkship is going to be super busy, so which is the third year of medical school in which we are actually in the hospital. So I might have to be dedicating more of myself to that. I'm really excited about it. But definitely anxious, and so but I also felt really excited by listening to our we had some residents and a staff teach us that session, and I felt like they knew so much, and they were also so excited about medicine. They knew all these like journal articles and things, and I am really excited to get to that point where I can know that many things, but I'm excited to be where I am right now and kind of like a sponge ready to soak up everyone's knowledge that they're willing to share. And it's really fun when they work through it as a case, so they tell us like, you know, this patient has this and this, like what would you ask, what do you think is going on. I just love how interactive it was. So anyways, I think what I'm gonna do is I want to finish reading this clerkship manual. So this is a handbook that the upper years put together for us, and it contains information for how to write a discharge petitions, which is when a patient is released from the hospital and sent home. The physicians have to write a summary of everything that happened, what kind of meds they were given, what we think is going on, what to do for follow-up care so that a patient can be well taken care of when they're at home. With my friend, so I'm going to study some pediatrics today. I'm going to do a practice case.
So the goal is to put enough bitter that the paint becomes like a milky consistency. So it's not as runny as water. It's a slightly bit more thick liquid. That's when you tell it's about right. And just dump it in here. so sad. We wasted 3 eggs.
Ed videos. They're a free resource, and I'm watching some of the pediatrics because we're on pediatrics week for self-study. So it's 7.5 hours of content, and I've watched these few this morning, and I just need to get through these 3.
What the platform supports, but there's a green screen option, and
so we're just on virtual med school nowadays. What did I do this morning? We listened to some lectures, worked out, submitted a manuscript. So when you submit a research manuscript, you have to format it, and you have to make sure you write the cover letter well. It's not that much work. It's just a lot of nitpicky details, and so that took me most of the afternoon. Yeah, I was supposed to go out with some of the girls today, but someone had to work, so that's okay. I did my work, but I want to recommend some videos that I'm listening as I'm doing kind of more mindless work. I'm really into Simon Sinek nowadays. So I listened to this video and some of the other ones. I really like this video. I also really like this video. So those videos, for example, the title says it's about love, but actually I thought it was a really great video about leadership, which is something that I've been trying to read into and learn a lot about since I am part of teams a lot. But the principle is just like when you fall in love with someone in your relationship, it's not just about a Valentine's Day gift and then you do nothing for the rest of the year. It's about consistently showing up, listening to them, being there for them in thick and thin. And it talks about being a good leader and building a great team and work environment is the same principle. You really want, when you find a workplace that you love, it's when you find that your boss looks after you all the time and your colleagues are always got your back. And so I thought about that, and I think about how I want to foster that more in the teams that I work with. And a principle that I took with, I think it's that video or the other video, but it talks about how being a good leader is not about making people do what you want, but it's about thinking about what do they want to gain from this experience. And a lot of people want to feel ownership and feel like they get to make skilled judgments and they get to have a say in what they're doing, and they're really exercising their skill and creativity. So thinking from that mindset, shifting about what would be something that the person that's part of my team would really want to do, what would they want to learn, what do they want to get out of this experience, and shift that whole experience and the tasks they're assigned in a different way. And so I've been trying to practice that lately. On some research, just reading papers and taking some notes. Local bookstore. I love bookstores, so I can probably browse in one of these forever. Bookstores are really great. There's just a nice feeling of going to that. I do love chapters, but I think it is also really nice to go out and support your local bookstore when you can. And the nice thing about Pulp Fiction is you can order the book, and I was really happy when you said you could get me 30% off. It also was able to get me a book that is only available in the United States. So you never know what you can do when you are able to talk. Good morning. I already had coffee this morning, but I am sleepy, and so it's time for a 10 o'clock coffee.